Co-Chair, Excellencies, Ministers, officers from Africa and Asia Pacific, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Lao Media, we would like to express our sincere thanks to Government of Sri Lanka for hosting an excellent arrangement for the fourth branch ministerial conference. Lapidia is vulnerable to a range of hydrometeorological hazards, particularly flash flood, droughts, and landslides. The impact of climate change, including rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, have an impact on agriculture, water resources, and rural livelihood. In response, Latvia continues to prioritize disaster risk reduction and resilience building, especially for vulnerable and remote communities. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, through the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, is responsible for weather forecasts and early warning services. Since its inception, DRAMS has been a valuable partner in strengthening Laopedia's capacity building in weather and climate services. Collaborative initiatives with DRAMS have supported the development of seasonal forecast capacity building on subseasonal to seasonal prediction and the creation of user-oriented early warning information. On April 2025, with technical support from RIMES, Lapidia successfully hosted the 21st National Monsoon Forum. In parallel, Lapidia also benefited from different trainings conducted in collaboration with experts from RIMES and the University of Southern Queensland and supported under the WMO Crew project. RIMES have also been important in supporting Laopedia's participation in regional forums, such as the ASEAN Climate Outlook Forum. In May 2024, our ministry hosted the 22nd session of ASEAN COP22 Vientiane. The forum held under the theme Climate Services for Agriculture focuses on enhancing regional collaboration in seasonal forecasting to address agricultural risk across the ASEAN region. A knowledge sharing session was conducted in partnership with FAO, WFP, UNESCAP, and RIMES, promoting best practice for integrating climate information into sectoral planning. Under the WISPER Asia Pacific project, Latvia organized the break-off capacity building session in collaboration with UK Met Office and RIMES to strengthen forecast interpretation and communication skills. We have prepared the RIMES master plans with our several partners. Looking ahead, Latvia reaffirms its dedication to strengthening people-centered early warning systems, ensuring alignment with the strategic priorities defined in the forthcoming Master Plan 2026-2030. In closing, Latvia stands ready to continue its support for the regional and national initiatives at reducing the adverse impacts on extreme weather events and forecasting resilience across our nation. PDR looks forward to our continuing collaboration with RAM's member states and development partners to further regional integration and resilience. Of the other line, Stuti, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And I'd just like to break up just by saying, how many of us can feel a storm coming in our bones? Can you? Yes, we can, and that's an incredible system within us, isn't it? Yeah, moving on to Lesotho, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Chairperson, Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates. It is my honor to deliver the statement on behalf of the Minister of Environment and Forestry, Honorable Letsema John Adonsi of the Kingdom of Lesotho. We express our sincere gratitude to the Government of Sri Lanka for hosting the important 4th Ministerial Conference and to the RIME Secretariat for bringing together countries from across Africa and Asia to collectively advance climate resilience. I would also like to commend RIME for organizing this conference now when the world is left with only 2.5 years to the early warning for all initiative target declared by the UN Secretary General that aims to ensure protection of lives, property, and communities we serve from hazardous hydrometeorological, climatological, and related environmental events. This conference enables countries and regional institutions to introspect and reflect on their early warning systems towards the 2027 goal. I want to bring to our fore that Lesotho is a least developing country, a landlocked by South Africa, characterized largely by mountainous terrain and high altitude that renders it highly vulnerable to a range of hydrometeorological hazards. In recent years, we are experiencing prolonged and intensive droughts, unseasonal rainfall, early frost events including snowfall in summer, flash floods, thunder and hailstorms that significantly and negatively impacting food security, not exceptional to our prime economic source for the rural communities, which is wool and mohair. Water supply and rural livelihoods disrupted, among other vulnerable sectors. As climate variability and change intensifies, our national priorities include improving seasonal forecast awareness and use, expanding early warning coverage, and supporting smallholder farmers with timely and actionable information. Lesotho has, in 2024, launched a food systems program, which early warning systems or services play an integral role for its success, which is very important for our country. The government of Lesotho is actively pursuing efforts to strengthen institutional capacity for early warning and climate services. Our Meteorological Service Department, in collaboration with Disaster Management Authority, is working to improve forecasting infrastructure and to expand risk communication to reach vulnerable populations and ensure early action in disaster response. However, it is not enough. Lesotho has, through the Global Environment Facility, funded Early Warning and Adaptation Fund. The WFP project recently installed 76 automatic weather stations, inclusive of 3 lightning detection stations and a high-performance computer for numerical weather prediction modeling. A major contribution to the first 2 pillars of early warning system. Although there is still a gap in the observations network, mainly due to the mountainous terrains, the current network enables provision of effective and efficient climate and early warning services. We are committed to mainstreaming climate risk into national development planning and disaster preparedness, and are in the process of finalizing the regulatory framework documents for guiding all stakeholder institutions in the early warning processes. This document will enable effective implementation of impact-based forecasting and warning services call for WMO, since the issue of institutional mandates will be addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, while Lesotho is not currently engaged in direct technical cooperation with RIMES, we recognize the importance of participating in this regional platform. We are open to exploring areas of collaboration in the future, particularly in improving data access, seasonal outlooks, and community-focused early warning systems. Lesotho is currently implementing the JAF-funded Climate Change Early Warning System project and has started engaging intensively with communities for informing community-based early warning systems, an approach that instills ownership by communities and ensures sustainability. And this is being done by strengthening the governance by piloting it in 11% of the community councils under the local government structures. Your Excellencies, Lesotho supports the RIMES Master Plan 2026-2030 as a framework for strengthening regional capacities in climate forecasting, decision support, and anticipatory action. We are also impressed by the RIMES approach in defining the 5 pillars of the climate services or early warning information value chain. We welcome the opportunity to align with these strategic goals as we seek to build a more climate resilient society. In conclusion, Lesotho reaffirms its commitment to the principles of cooperation, innovation and inclusivity and trust promoted by RIMES and the Early Warning for All initiative. We look forward to exploring future technical partnerships and resource support to help our country reduce disaster risk and adapt to the growing climate challenges. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, ma'am, for your intervention. Now I would like to invite Madagascar for your brief statement.